All right, we're live, Joe. There's no backing out now.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. We're finally getting around to starting our heart campaign, which is definitely on time. And
Close.
yeah, you know.
Oh, you're talking about
Like
date, not time. Time, we're on time. Date,
oh yeah.
You know, what's a few months between fights?
As whatever. But yeah, I'm back from Canada land. I was trapped there for several days, and but should still be well prepped enough for tonight to go on. I don't really think there's much.
That's what it is.
Oh.
I love that it took a second to click.
I had to go check the sound levels and shit. Like
I was like, he's gonna go check.
Gotta go check.
Oh,
all right, sorry.
I should get chat up. I don't have it.
You should get chat up.
I should get chat up. I should do that.
Got signed out somehow.
I will get chat up eventually.
Well, you get chat up. We're gonna introduce ourselves, Joe, and there's nothing you can do about it except for tell us not to. Dan, you go first.
Oh no, that's a horrible decision. I'm Dan, and I'm playing our character named Theo, which is our hound. And we have some character questions that we have to work out. But basically, he's our shoot 'em up guy.
Yeah. I guess I'll go. I am Zerl, gladiator extraordinaire. I escaped from the city above, and I'm down here to fight people and pick up chicks. So far, I've fought a lot of people. That's it. April, what do you got?
Beautiful. I am playing Genevieve. She is a drow who is a junk mage, and she just absolutely loves getting into fights. You know why? Because it pushes her to her limits. Come on, if you can't test yourself, how will you know what you're truly worth?
Take it. I'll take it. Jake.
Well, I'll be playing Dvorin. I was training to be an engineer during a time in my life when I realized that the best thing that people can do is contribute to something greater. Mercifully, that part of my life is behind me, and now I contribute to something even greater than I could have possibly imagined. And you will too, and it'll be wonderful when you do.
No one
That's
else.
not ominous.
Give me to join the
That's not threatening at all.
Not at all.
I'm in, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm not joining any cult.
John.
Yeah. I'm playing Sir Galvin, a human Vermissian knight. Basically, Vermissian knights. In the setting they had they tried to build a train system, and it wound up making really weird and bad things happen. Sir Galvin is from the Order of the Pilot, which is the that front guard piece on a train that is meant to clear obstructions and kind of guide the train. And he failed in his tasks at one point, and now he is paying penance for it. So there we go.
Hi, Tyler.
Oh, hey, that's me. I'm Tyler, and I am playing Clayton, W.C. Clayton, our real hound, not the imposter hound.
It's fighting words.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we had two hounds.
Yeah.
Different class.
Well,
Oh my.
Okay.
Look at those bits.
Oh,
So-
dang.
At least our hounds have different callings, though, so
We're gonna
Pretty
set.
that makes them play it a little bit
Yeah,
different.
Griffin OFH. Thanks for those bits.
Okay.
Let's actually do it like this. Joe, you're starting off with 2 complications.
Okay.
And us players are going to start off with 1 banked reroll and 2 banked advantages. So when we do advantages, when you go to roll a test, you'll just click the mastery box, and that'll count as our advantage. And you got to call your advantages beforehand.
Yep. And dice rolls work a little different in this one than some other systems. You're basically rolling a d10. You got a pool of d10s, and you're taking the best one. But based on how difficult it is, you may have to get rid of a few of those d10s.
Joe, you're up to 4 complications.
Oh, good God.
Oh, great.
Thought you were all my friends.
Oh, man. Oh, shots are fired.
I don't know if I have that many planned, but I definitely know how to make what I already have planned worse. So
Okay.
that's probably what I'll do.
All right, so
yeah, we're playing Heart tonight.
Joe, you're up to 5 complications.
Yeah, it's
I need someone
loading
to
up.
write these down.
I'm making a spread or a document in the thing.
Yeah.
Make that 6.
Fucking
Brief.
Christ. Joe, you got 6 complications.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, 2 olds
7?
shipping in too.
You're all trying to kill us. This is session 1.
No,
We're not even gonna
Hey,
be able to start the
At
session. We're just
least
gonna
you
die
guys are in
character
Derelictus. So one of the cool things about the starting town is if you just rest a few days here, all of your stress clears. It's the most forgiving place in the game. So you might need to take advantage of that with this many complications. But yeah, so we're playing Heart tonight. Basic idea, it's the spooky section underneath the spire, and lots of people venture down here for different reasons. You have different callings. Some people are forced down here by either their masters or whatever company they work for. Some people are called down by visions or some sort of thing like that. Other people come down for adventure, and other people come down seeking enlightenment.
Sammy, thanks for
Ow.
buying all those subs, too. That's fantastic.
wow.
Yeah, thanks. There's all sorts of wacky things as you delve deep into the heart, and the closer you get to its center, the more wacky the world gets, and the more dangerous. But potentially the more rewarding. So, tonight we need to start out with finishing off our character questions, which are part of your guys' callings. And we each need to have everyone pick their buddies and rivals. And I'll record that. So we'll go around. And I'm going to call in Zoom overlay order for me.
Sure.
So, Chuck,
Yes.
what are the last bits of your calling questions that you need answered?
All right. Yes. They're on a character sheet. Fuck, I have to read. All right. I fled the spire. Why the fuck did I do that? Because I was a pig gladiator. And I finally escaped. But I do really miss the cushy life and the fame, the money and the food. What drove you from the city above? Freedom. It was great, except for the weekly fights to the death. When I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But now me and another player barely escaped a dangerous situation recently. Do you just want me to say who my buddies and rivals are? Or do you want me to go through all the questions?
Probably we'll just pick the buddies and rivals thing just to
That's easy.
speed things along.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Genevieve is my buddy because we fight shit together all the time. And Devorian is my rival because fucker creeps me the hell out. Sammy, thank you for another banked reroll.
Okay.
Okay, that's mine.
Cheek. All right. Then we'll go to John.
All right.
Who do you have in mind for your buddies and rivals? And are there any questions you didn't have answered?
Let's see. I've got So my order is the Order of the Pilot, which I kind of went over. We basically our motto is we go first to make it safe for others, and we kind of like serviced ourselves out to others when they go on delves or whatever. And there's evidence of my failing in that there is a collapsed bridge just outside of like one of the Vermissian tunnel stations. I had thought that the bridge was clear and safe and sturdy, and when I crossed, others began crossing with me. The bridge collapsed, a bunch of people died, a bunch more were trapped on the other side, and a couple of people made it across with me. That is probably someone who survived. Yeah. And basically, I'm just going to go over my other questions I haven't answered yet. I need someone who was present at the time that this happened. And then I also need to find someone to look up to as an example of how to live my life.
Okay. And are those separate then from your buddies and rivals?
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Okay. And then you can have those be like NPCs that we can sprinkle
other
later down the line.
So I wasn't sure.
Oh, you're muted there, Chuck, if you're talking.
Son of a biscuit eater. Steven and Sammy, thank you for those additional bits. We are up to 8 complications, 3 banked rerolls, and 9 banked advantages. Joe, you've got your work cut out for you.
I know.
Just glad it's not me in the driver's chair for this one.
I think I'll take Devorin as my buddy. I appreciate the idea of an orderly society. And then rival, I'll probably have Zerl as my rival, just because he's so quick to violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Argue.
No, that's fair. All right. April, what did you have in mind?
Perfect. So I had already kind of pieced together based on the questions that it had given me. It had asked, I'm trying to find it here.
Thank you, Sammy.
It's all the way at the bottom of the character sheet.
They've been invaluable to your journey so far. What have you learned from them? I chose Zerl. So Zerl and I are going to be absolute best buddies because he taught Genevieve that most problems can be solved with just a little bloodshed. And I, too, chose Devorin to be my rival because they're hiding the truth behind their magics behind bugs. And that doesn't make any sense. And, like, bugs are kind of gross. So, like, I don't trust it. I don't like it. He needs to stay away.
Who doesn't trust a guy made out of bees?
Everything's fine. Why would you think anything's strange or wrong or... Oh, it's just silly, really.
Real quick.
Gosh, it just keeps
Sammy,
going.
thank you for those subs. Farkodev, thank you for that banked reroll. And Steven, thank you for those advantages. And I think I missed another Sammy. Sammy, thank you for those additional bits. We are up to 8 complications, 5 banked rerolls, and 12 banked advantages.
All right.
Fuck. Thanks, everyone.
This is a great session 1.
Yeah. I think my introduction characters are going to pack a little bit more of a punch than I was expecting, but it'll be fun.
You got plenty of complications to counteract that. It's just, there's a dragon every corner.
All delves are, D30s now in difficulty.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
All right. Now to Dan. Who did you have in mind for your buddies and rivals? And was there anyone that you needed to, any other questions that you needed worked out?
I think just to start with, I'm going to have Sir Galvin maybe be my buddy because he knows the railways and he can maybe help me get where I need to go. And I don't trust W.C. Clayton.
Fair.
John, thank you for that banked advantage.
With a name like that, they do sound shady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jake, who are you planning on your buddies and rivals?
Well, I think my very good buddy Zerl is probably going to be the best among us. And because he is the best among us, he has the most to contribute to the hive. I mean, a greater system of being, something far greater than himself. As far as rivals go, though, I think Sir Galvin might be my particular rival. He thinks he does things in the service of a greater good. He doesn't even know what a greater good looks like. He will, though.
Yeah.
Everyone will.
All right. Perfect.
It is worth noting that I recently witnessed an unearthly sight that another player character was involved with. Who it was, though, was someone I wasn't expecting. W.C. Clayton.
Mhm.
He had come into contact with someone. He had no idea that this person was a witch. This witch asked for what seemed to be a coin that this person had dropped on the ground. W.C. Clayton gave this coin to this witch. No problem whatsoever. It was very interesting to see how people that I don't expect to contribute to a greater good are willing to when they don't know that that's what they're doing. It's not important.
Surely no implications. All right. And then Tyler.
Well, I think my best
you
buddy is Devorin, of course.
Okay.
I love the B-Man. He shacked up with me and showed me the ropes down here. Oh, I'm pretty fresh to the... What is this? The heart? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The area? Yeah.
Called that.
That is what some people call it, yes.
I'm relatively new to the area. And then, obviously, we have another hound in our midst, and I don't trust him. I don't trust that he has a real badge.
So the hounds are rivals. Fitting. Okay. And then was there anyone that had any character questions of like player character things that haven't been picked yet?
I do. I just need to figure out who wanted to be. Does anyone want to have been present at the moment of my failure?
Who's your buddy?
I could if you want,
Yeah, that works.
because I have you as a buddy.
Yeah.
All right. That works. I'll make a little spider web chart of all those interactions here one day. Keep track of those. But great. I think that's all of the
With those grippers.
preliminary
what?
questions.
Steven asked for it. It's fine.
I'm glad I wasn't looking.
Be very grateful.
You better tip extra for that.
Yeah.
Steven is.
That's,
He's got like the majority of $1 million to go to buy me away from Ashley.
That's a real life complication.
He's working on it, though.
Alrighty. So, let me get over to my notes. Yeah, so we went through everyone's intros, we got your questions answered, and let's see. That's not the part I read to you guys, that's for me. All right. So yeah, you've all ventured into the city below for different reasons, but you all share a common goal of delving deeper into the earth. You know it's dangerous ahead, but a strong party is necessary to take even the first steps. It's a little bit messy, but through some combination of word of mouth or friendships or past interactions, you all somewhat know each other. And you've all agreed that today is probably a good day to meet up and finally hash things out, get your party assembled, and start onward. Meeting spot you guys all picked is in Derelictus, which we are all in. And you've agreed to go to Grubbers, which is one of the local pubs. So we'll go around here too. All right. Does anyone think that they'd be traveling with anybody already? Or anyone think that they'd be like lone wolves? I guess we'll start with Zerl. Do you think that you were like already with anyone at the start of this, or?
Genevieve and I have been fighting our way across this heart level for quite some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys were together.
I'm okay with that.
What about you, John?
I think Theo and I might be traveling together.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And then, do we think Tyler and Jake are together, or they've been lone wolfing?
Whether he likes it or not, I've been following him like a wounded puppy.
Which is perfectly fine. I'm willing to show people the benefits of collective action. Although I have been keeping an eye on Zerl and Genevieve, mostly Zerl though, from afar.
I didn't say I was gonna join a union. Shit.
Well, few people intend to at first.
Okay. So, we'll go to Dan and John. You guys are on your way to Grubbers. You know, that's where you're going to meet up with the rest of your party tonight or later today, whenever anyone gets there. As you're traveling through the streets, you hear kind of this like rhythmic thud followed by a lot of glass and metal clinking. As you round the corner, you see that this is being caused by a frail old man pushing a cart. And you see that he's pushing it, and every few steps, there's a big gap missing from one of the cart wheels. So it just kind of rolls and clunks to a stop. And he lifts it and pushes it another few steps. And you see the cart has this giant, horridly misspelled, horridly painted sign that says souvenirs, spelled Suvaneers.
Good effort.
Yeah.
Sure.
And he's got his back to you guys, but he seems to be struggling quite a bit with his cart there, pushing it along.
Can I give you a hand with that, sir?
He doesn't seem to hear you at first, but as he hears the footsteps approach, he lets it rest on that broken wheel there and kind of turns around. He's like, "Oh, customers, were you wanting to buy anything?"
Oh, you know, certainly, sir. And I'll take a look at what he's got.
Yeah.
And he gestures towards the sign again, which says souvenirs. He's like, "Oh, you know, just for passers through, if you want to have something to remember the city by, I make all sorts of these little souvenirs." And you see his cart is just full of things that you'd see like in a typical gift shop. He's got really like crude little snowballs, snow globes. Not exactly like white snow floating around in it. You don't really know. It looks more like dirt, sand, and the water's a little murky, but you can kind of see a general rough outline of the city in some of them. There's a few like little metal dog tags that have got like some attempts at some common names written on them, and all sorts of just little trinkets like that.
Okay. I'll buy one of the snow globes.
Okay. You'll do you have anything on your person already to like buy with or trade with? Because if not,
really
then
don't.
we can do this just as like a quick mark of supply stress.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we'll just mark 1 supply stress.
Okay.
Look and see if my name's on anything.
All right. Yeah. You're searching through there. Give me a Probably a discern haven.
I'm actually good at both of those things.
Right?
Let's see.
They're not exactly in alphabetical order, and the names aren't all exactly spelled correctly. So it takes a little bit to look through.
Critical success. Find the crap
All
out
right.
of things with my name on it.
You do find, surprisingly, there is a little name tag spelled correctly, and it's in pretty good condition there too.
Nice.
So-
Well, I will take some supplies stress so I can get that.
All right. Yep. Just mark 1.
Uh,
And then maybe we can ask him if we can help him get wherever he's going.
yeah.
We
Give
can,
you a
like-
hand getting this cart there. Oh, actually, could I take a look at it and see if it could be fixed? We got anything that we could?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
So there is the mend skill, and then this would either be technology or haven.
Right. I don't have mend, but I do have technology.
Okay.
So what do I? Is it request roll or roll or? Do
I think
can just
it's
hit roll.
prepare roll, or
You just do roll and it'll
Oh,
come up
okay.
with the menu and you can
Gotcha,
select the
gotcha.
skills if you have them.
Okay.
Well, pick the skills that were laid out and then it will roll with benefit if you have them.
Okay. Got it. And then standard difficulty.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, success at a cost. So you are able to repair it. The wheel's like not badly damaged, and it's kind of like one of those wooden wheels that's got a metal trim around the outside.
Okay.
And you don't exactly have parts for that, but you are able to kind of undo the metal trim and
Yeah.
slide it to fit the gap there. So now there's just kind of a section missing on one of the sides, but it rolls a lot better now.
Okay.
But that will cost some of your supply stress as you're kind of
Right.
digging into your
Put
tool
the
bag
dice,
for that.
Do I roll the stress?
Yes.
Okay.
And then roll it as supplies if you have the option to do that.
Nope. Just as asking about the die size.
Okay. Yep, D4 stress. There we go. So 2 supply stress.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then he moves his cart back and forth a little bit. And he's like, "Oh, well, thank you so much." And I wasn't really, it wasn't bothering me too much, but this will definitely help me get around a lot better in town. And
Problem.
Good luck with your sales.
Yep.
And then he's like, were you looking for anywhere in particular? And
Just on our way to Grubbers.
he's like, oh yeah, and he'll point you on your path there. And it's like, yeah, it's just down that street, take a left, right, another left, and gives you pretty accurate directions. Puts you on his way.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. And he starts going around, and it's much quieter as it rolls off, a lot less clinking of all the metal pieces. Okay. From there, we go to... let's cut over to Jake and Tyler. You guys are making your way through the streets. Maybe conversing amongst yourselves.
Yes, conversing amongst myself.
Yes. Just listening.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Keep trying to interject, thinking he's talking to me, but
And as you do, Jake, you hear a bit of a familiar tune start playing. You don't really know where you've heard it before, but something kind of resonates in your head. Sounds like a music box of some sort playing. You can't really place where that melody is familiar from, though, but you've definitely heard it before. Seems to be coming from like a nearby path or alley or something. You don't hear it in front of you, but maybe off to like one of the sides.
Yeah, as I pass alley after alley, I will poke my head down, trying to see if I can't ascertain the nearness of the sound. I'll try to find the source.
You do so. So you poke your head around one corner and it seems to get a bit louder. You walk down this alley and you hear it get louder on your left now. As you peer down this small, narrow, dead-end alley, you see at the back of it, sitting between some boxes and what looks like a kind of a waste pile, you see just this huddled person. They've got a large hat on and a cloak pulled up around their neck. And it's blocking most of the light, but you just see a tiny, shriveled, slightly bluish hand turning a crank very, very slowly. It seems to be the source of the sound.
I say there, that musical device is quite haunting. Might I ask where you acquired it?
She doesn't seem to respond at first, but as you approach, she stops turning the crank and peels her fingers away one at a time. Says, like, "Oh, I'm just so tired, and I can barely finish this song. It is a nice tune, though. I've had it for a while. Do you think you could continue it for me?"
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Let me see this. So I just
They kind of push the box out a little bit farther towards you.
Fantastic, fantastic. I will grab the crank of the box with my left hand as opposed to my right hand, and I'll crank it towards me to continue the song.
Okay. You push it a little bit. There's like a little bit of give before you feel it connect with the gears on the inside. And the song starts back up. It plays and plays. And you feel like the resistance growing in the crank as you're pretty sure you're getting towards the end of the song from what you can remember. And just as the last few notes are playing, the crank stops and the box violently erupts open. And you see the inside of it is small, hollow, and it's got this like padded interior, almost like a jewelry box. And at the bottom is a small little cushion with a glass bead on it.
I believe I have unlocked your device, miss.
She doesn't respond and just pushes the box a little bit towards you.
Clayton, could you come here for a moment and take a look at this? Look at this this bead here. It's quite something, wouldn't you agree? What would you think it's worth?
Oh,
move the box over towards Clayton.
I don't know. It's shiny though, right? I'll take it. Just reach in there and grab it without a second thought.
All right.
Has anything bad happened when he's touched it?
Immediately, as his fingers make contact, you hear like this crack. And Tyler, you feel a very sharp pain as the bead explodes and the glass burrows its way into your skin.
Oh.
And you feel it kind of wither around, makes its way up your fingers, into your palm, up your arm, and then you don't really feel it anymore once it makes it past your wrist. You hear a cackle from behind the hood. She says, "Well, it wasn't exactly your gift, I suppose, but no matter. As long as it's got a host."
Oh. Okay.
Tyler, roll me a d4.
Okay.
Mark 2 blood from your class.
Okay.
And as you withdraw your hand from the box, she very violently closes the lid and pulls it back and stuffs it under her robes.
Okay.
The same shriveled hand grabs the brim of her hat and tips it down. Says, "Good day, gentlemen."
Ma'am. Well, yeah, I hate to say it, but I kind of suspected danger. Buy you a drink?
Okay.
Okay, I believe there's a bar near here somewhere. Grubbers, I think it's called? Grubbers, yes.
All right. And you guys continue on your way to Grubbers.
The least you owe me for that.
All right. And now we meet up with Chuck and April, who I believe you guys were probably already at Grubbers because I believe Zerl was the one that chose Grubbers as the location.
Yeah.
It's a bar that you two frequent quite often.
Yes.
Drinking contests.
Beer does not drink
And-
itself.
Speaking of a drinking contest, you're feeling a little bit more confident today, maybe more so than normal there, Zerl.
Impossible.
And you have a bit more time on your hands. No, the rest of the party hasn't made it here yet. And there's something up in the corner that you haven't really noticed before, but the barkeep's got a stool pushed over on top of one of the shelves, or underneath one of the shelves, and they're standing on it and they're brushing off this gigantic mug. And there's a small little placard. It's kind of dusty, but as you wipes the dust from it, you read that it says the grub jug. You see it's this massive jug with two handles on either side.
All right. I say we order 2 of those. See who can down it first.
Sounds like a fight I'm willing to take.
Barkeep, give me 2 of the grub jugs.
And he looks down and he's like, "Oh, there's only the one. But if you're able to finish it, I don't charge it."
Deal. I'll go first.
All
You
right.
drink what's left. Well, not what's left. You drink the second one.
Deal.
Backwash.
So he grabs it off and seems pretty heavy as he's lifting it. And he backs his way off the stool, comes over, plops it down on the table, and it shakes a little bit, rattles the silverware and the plates. He goes back over behind the counter, grabs a big pitcher, starts filling it. He says, "Here's the jug." And then he grabs a bit of plate of food, scoops, and here's the grub, and drops it in. It starts to fizzle a bit.
Okay. Down it goes. Both hands up in the air.
All right.
What level of the heart are we on?
We're on just the first
That's fine.
tier. Actually, I think we're technically tier 0 because
That's
we're in
Yeah.
Galactus.
I get stronger the further in we go.
Yep. What would this be? Probably. This would definitely be endure. So let's do endure Haven.
All right. Well, before I can eat this, I take a bite out of the table.
And we're gonna raise that difficulty up 1 from complication.
I still take a bite out of the table first,
Okay.
because that gives me the Haven domain when I eat a part of the table.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Yes. All right. So this is
You
going to be...
you find a mouthful of table, and it looks like you're not the first one that's bitten out of the side of it.
Oh, I
Forbidden
find a
bite
clean
marks.
spot. Like a cookie
Yeah.
that someone's already taken a bite out of.
Yeah, you're able to find a still rounded edge, original edge of the table.
All right, I need to go down here and check this box. And then down it goes.
All right.
Just as this is going on, Genevieve is just going,
Success.
chug, chug, chug.
Take a break.
All right.
Don't forget chew.
Chug, chew, chug, chew.
All right. So yeah, success and with no stress. So you successfully down it. It's easiest in the beginning, but the grub doesn't exactly mix well. So there's a bit of a more thick bit at the
It's like
bottom.
wet sand.
Kind of. Yeah. But you're able to finish it. And there's a big hearty laugh from the barkeep. He says, well, I'm not going to charge you for it. And you are also wanting to partake here, miss?
Yes.
Bring it
another.
on. Another one. And I just
Okay.
watch, take it, slam it down back on the counter.
Take a bite
All
of
right.
the table first. It helps.
Just to humor Zerl, Genevieve will
a
find a part of the
Unorthodox
table.
strategy, but apparently it works. So he will
Gonna start
again
a new
fill
trend.
it,
We're gonna
and then
walk into
take
the bar,
another scoop
everybody's
and
eating tables.
drop it in, and it again fizzles as the grub works its way to the bottom.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like a
And
nice
then
warm
same
glass
roll,
of milk.
endure haven with 1 difficulty.
So that would be risky.
Yes.
Since... Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
The chunkiness does not agree with Genevieve.
Oh no.
Too much table.
Oh, not
Oh
enough.
my.
She had a splinter in her teeth.
Ah, yes.
Ow.
So
Ow.
That's why it's best
we
not to
check
chew.
something.
Like biting a
Check something
Dorito the
real
wrong
quick
way.
to see if we can benefit you from this. Okay, I'll. We're gonna take this on supplies because you need some supplies damage, and I think the way we're gonna do that is, you're chugging, and it gets stuck in your throat, and just in unthinking, rash judgment, the only place that seems sensible for you to go to just spill it all back out is your bag, as you grab it and empty the contents of your mouth and stomach into it, taking some supplies damage
Of course.
as you soak through some rations and probably a few other good things in your bag.
Usually you want to package up what you're taking for later.
You know, I thought I
And
would make it in a
because that's
pocket.
a critical failure,
Making soup.
and this was a
8d6
complication.
stress.
No, it's a D6, but it's times 2. So whatever you roll, you're taking double that. And so roll a D6.
Roll high.
It's like golf.
Oh, fuck.
Oh gosh.
You take 12. You had something acidy in there too, and
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
eats its way through some of the contents there.
What have you
think
been
that-
eating?
I think that immediately turns into a
Yes.
a
I think
fallout.
it does.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it maxes
No.
out at 10. And then you have to
Yeah.
roll the die. But you can't... It's always going to win.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's your call. Because technically she did take 12.
She did take 12, so you should have 12.
So,
I was
yeah, I'll
gonna
do that.
rule that as a minor supplies fallout.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Fallout is fine. I
And
heard
you
they
do need
named a
that as
bunch of
one of your
boys
beats.
after it.
So
And that takes care of one of my beats for this session.
yeah, there you go.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
How
That also takes care of one of mine.
Is there a way to randomly assign?
That I don't know. I think
Fallout?
Jeff always referred to the book.
Refer to the book. Okay, I need to eventually make a big old.
This is minor. Supply.
Yeah.
You can take broken where something important is damaged. A resource you're carrying is defective. Your supplies of Spire Black Oil run low. During the next session or later in this one, an NPC you lent money to will call in a favor. You're out of food. Out of ammo.
I feel like
Page 83.
yeah, I'm looking through. I feel like either empty or half rations. Probably empty. Because I bet you vomiting on all of your food probably ruins it all.
It's very
we'll take
unappetizing.
Yeah.
You can, in the item
So,
directory, you can search for empty or whatever it is, and then drag that onto your character sheet.
yeah.
And also,
Search for.
Genevieve, that reduces or removes all your supply stress.
Yeah, all your stress goes away. And the effect of empty is that you are out of food and you cannot use supplies protection if you had any until you get that healed. The way Fallout works, you have to heal any ongoing. Some of it applies immediately and you get a negative effect. Others, you kind of have to heal it as if it's a wound.
Another thing I would like to point out for rule clarification, Team Awesome here in the bar, as soon as you complete a beat, you get to immediately take the advance for it. So if you do a minor beat, you get a minor advance.
You very clearly did get one of those beats.
And I got mine. Engage in reckless behavior with drugs, drink, or sex.
True. Okay. So with that, as you're dusting out your bag, maybe airing it out over one of the chairs, the door opens and the rest of the party spills in. At first, it's Dan and John, and then trailing a little bit behind are Jake and Tyler. You guys all meet up. Now, I don't remember. It looks like you all have interacted at least to some degree before because of the way your buddies and rivals are working out.
Makes sense.
They pull up to the table. You guys are all sitting with each other.
While we're here, I can actually use one of my abilities.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's only valuable in a haven, so
okay.
it's forewarned and forearmed, and it's basically once per session when you have an hour or two in a landmark, you can do extra prep, and it gives some benefits. And I took the minor ability double duty with it, so I can pick two of them. And I can either pick from Kill Equipment Games Brutal Tag, Delve Equipment Games Trusty Tag, gain 1 blood protection, gain 1 mind protection, or gain supplies protection. So I can pick 2 of those 5.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely have time enough to cast that. So.
Okay, and that's good for everybody in the party.
Oh wow.
Whatever it did, I'll take your word on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which 2 are you going with?
I might be selfish and do 1 piece of kill equipment gets the brutal tag and put it on my weapon, and then everybody gets the benefit of 1 blood protection.
Okay. And does that last for the session?
Yep. Well, actually, it lasts until we get to our next landmark, basically.
Oh, okay. Great. I don't know if there's a way to mark it as like temporary protection or something like that, but yeah, everyone add 1 blood protection.
Yes.
So,
All right. So, Cyril, Genevieve, any information on this job?
Yes. We drank the grub jug.
You
That
drank
was-
the grub jug.
I did.
It landed in my bag.
I got
Your
a thing.
grub jug landed
can
in
smell
your
that.
bag. Mine landed
Yeah,
in my stomach.
Uh,
What job?
I thought we were meeting here because had a job, possibly meeting someone. Didn't just.
there wasn't a particular job named per se, but you were wanting to all meet together.
Okay.
Grubbers often does have like a job board
Oh.
posted in it. So you could go through some of them here
Sure.
together.
Hey, quick question for you, Joe. Would helping the old
Yes.
vendor, would that have met a couple of my beats, like repair something physical that someone needs?
Yep.
All right.
I think that would count as both of yours.
Both? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Then Jake should have got both of his as well.
Oh,
Does it count if the danger was just offloaded onto somebody else?
I mean, you were led into danger, technically.
Okay,
You dodged the danger,
yes.
but you were in danger. Let's see if there's anyone else.
no, I didn't get any.
Tyler. Yeah, you haven't had yours yet. Let's.
Sammy
I'm
wants
still
to know
working on a
when you're
way
introducing
to.
the piss rat vendor.
I hopefully never.
Ah,
He's going to be in every delve, actually.
every day. It's just him.
Let's see. I'm still working on a method of keeping track of all of these things as we complete them. I think we'll do. What's the shortcut for strike through?
Control
Zero.
Fi. I don't think that's right.
That doesn't sound right.
Where are you trying to do
I-
this?
Oh wait, there we go. I'm in OneNote.
Ah, yes.
Mm.
I need more than one.
I found where the drop down is for it. Okay. Oh, and let me switch the music back because that was just supposed to be for Jake's.
Gosh. Need me to do it?
I got it. There you go. Okay. Got yours. We got yours. All right. So yeah. In Grubbers, there is a job board over to the side where many people post things that they're needing done. Sometimes missing persons. Sometimes parties looking for extra people. Sometimes things needing done around the city, but more often than not, something that's requested of people to delve deeper into the heart. Typically, people, this derelictus station's kind of half full of people that wanted to venture into the heart, but kind of chickened out last second and just kind of have settled here. And then the other half are people passing through on their way down. And very rarely will you run into someone that's passing through on their way up. But more often than not, you're, especially in a joint like this, probably around this time, you're more running into people that are planning on eventually venturing down. So whoever's going over to the job board, There's a few things that you'll see there. The three that will stick out. Okay, actually, there's 5 here.
Silly
So,
man.
Yep. So you see there is package delivery to the next haven. There is fix a power line to one section of the city. Participate in a drug trial. Evict some dangerous squatters from a warehouse. And the last one is the fanciest looking paper there. It seems to be printed. The rest are like kind of handwritten notes. And this is like a printed piece of paper saying an incredible opportunity to become your own boss and spread happiness.
Let's make sure Devorin doesn't see this one.
Devorin probably wrote it.
I think it is Devorin's. I recognize that font.
Yeah, actually, if I could take that down real... That isn't mine. Huh.
Now, upon closer inspection, you see that it is stamped with the name Mystic Life Mercurials, and the job was posted by a man named Ty.
I know this tie. It's a thing for moving buses.
I thought it was a thing for securing headwear.
What?
What? He's always
Like when you have a
and
hat
move that
and you-
bus. I'm Ty Pennington.
I thought you meant tie like the kind that goes around your neck.
Oh, is that it? How is it
For
spelled?
the fancy folks.
T-A-I.
Never mind, I can't read.
Oh, he's got lots of books, doesn't he?
I'm guessing Zero.
He
wants
may
to
or
do
may
the
not
drug
have several
trials.
books
No.
in a place that he
No?
calls a garage.
You sure?
Why would I
I
wait?
mean,
Are we like the jury for a drug trial, or are we trying drugs?
you'll be trying drugs.
Yeah, like what kind of drugs are we talking
You
about?
get the sense that it's a drug that's trying to go to some sort of market, and they're needing human testing.
Those
or,
are never the fun
humanoid
ones.
testing.
I say we get rid of that, and I say we get rid of the evicting people, because landlords are bastards. I forget what the other 4 were.
I'm getting
So
package delivery.
the other 3 would be package delivery to Next Haven, fix a power line to one section of the
That's
city,
boring,
Derelictus,
too.
I'd
and
be interested.
an incredible opportunity to become your own boss and spread happiness.
Let's be delivery people, or go be our own bosses.
Do I know
Okay.
anything about these Mystic Life Mercurials individuals?
Yeah, let's see if you do. That would be. I'll eventually know all of these off the top of my head. Is there like a knowledge skill? I guess discern.
Yes, that is the
Oh
knowledge
my.
one.
So you could do discern haven, or religion.
Standard difficulty?
No, we'll say it's one more, because I've got so many complications to break.
True.
You don't have to use them all today necessarily.
First I've heard of
I'm
these
sure we'll get more,
individuals.
So
That's probably
just
true.
reroll with 1 dice. Failure. 9. A 9 should be a pass.
Hmm.
Why does it say failure?
Yeah, because it's rolled risky, maybe.
Yes. Maybe.
Oh, and you only had 1.
Yeah.
Rules.
Risky.
It's like the business.
with Tom Cruise?
Oh, I don't think you can do risky if. I think the way it calculated that is it removed one dice from your one, so it just didn't count your die at all.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's probably what the math did. But you technically should have succeeded with no stress.
Yeah, I don't think you can go below a die, can you?
Did you
No,
not
you-
have
you should always
Discern
have-
or Haven?
No.
So the default is
Or
one
religion.
die.
Yeah,
And
so
if
you
it's
should
risky-
always have one.
It would discard the highest die, which is your one die.
Yeah, so it's probably just a quirk in how the module is calculating it.
I guess the
But
question is,
that 9
does
should have
that
passed.
does that actually apply though? Like if you roll with one die and it discards your die, do you fail then?
No, I think you should always have one die.
Yeah.
I think that's like the rule. Like you always have one die no matter what.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can find it too. But
Yeah, that's the way I seem to recall reading.
Always remember, words are for nerds and rules are for fools.
Yeah.
this is the truth.
What he said.
Oh wait, so there is a thing that says if the dice pool is reduced to 0 or fewer, roll 1d10, succeed with a cost on a 10, otherwise fail.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So one away from a success.
One away from the success. Ah.
Mm.
Relax. I probably know something about this place.
Yeah, if anyone else also wants to make the
think
check.
real hard.
I can't
Jake,
actually
you call,
'cause I have Discern and Haven.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're going to take... It doesn't say that you have to take stress on that. Fail and take stress.
I think it's just a fail. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And is it risky difficulty?
Yes.
Yeah.
I succeed with cost. It's probably that failure would be some mind stress.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone that failed or has a cost, if you got success at a cost, do 1 stress on mind. And then if you failed with no success, do 2 stress on mind. Okay. So everyone that succeeded, you would know that the reason why this one's printed is because you see lots of these Mystic Life Mercurial posters all over the place. It's sort of an organization that recruits people to recruit other people, and they often get stacks of flyers as they join this enterprise. And those of you that succeeded too, you would know, you don't know like a lot about how it works. You've kind of stayed clear of them. You know, there's like a lot of people that kind of run around. They seem to drone on the same script to everyone. You know that they've got a bunch of flyers. And you know that there's something that they sell where it's like this small like crystal pyramid that's supposed to make you feel better. That seems to be the main product that they give out to people. So you would assume this is someone that's wanting you to either purchase some of their crystal pyramids or join Mystic Life Materials with them.
Yeah, you can become a seller, but they get like 10% of your profit though.
It's something like that. Oh, did someone take Fallout off of that?
Yes.
I believe so.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, is it anytime you take stress you have to roll Fallout?
Yes.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
I don't think I rolled my Fallout earlier.
Yeah.
It'll always default to the last skill thingy you rolled.
Nice.
Okay. Jake, minor Fallout on what was the... Was it Mind?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get that pulled up here.
It's That's what I get for thinking about other religions. Silly me.
How could you?
Oh, I'm in the major section. I don't want to give you those. I thought that looked a little steep. Okay.
You explode into pieces now.
Loss of limbs. What?
Just for thinking about another religion. Your arm just falls off.
The bees inside you
God
start to
hates you.
disintegrate.
Man, I could be really mean with some of these. That's why I want like the random table, because
I'm going to start working on making those for you.
that would be fantastic. I'm not very used to making those. Let's just do weird. I like that one. I think that fits. So, Jake, you take the weird fallout. It's immediate and ongoing. It's immediate and ongoing because you do something unsettling that bothers normal people. Obsessive behavior, singing to yourself. I'm sure there's all sorts of things that you regularly do that meet this. And it says, at the earliest opportunity, the GM can declare that your weirdness puts a useful NPC off to you. And probably your allies too. So you do something. What do you have in mind that seems very off-putting immediately as this kind of stress hits you, as you're thinking a little bit too hard about Mystic Life materials?
I'll pull out a holy book. Doesn't really matter which holy group of people. One of their holy books. I'll pull it out. I'll sort of thumb through it absentmindedly. I'll pull out a page, and then I'll just tear it up, throw it off to the side.
Okay. So, the rest of the people in the party, that's just, Devoran things. A little bit weird. Maybe stay away from him a little bit because he seems a little riled up. But you see the barkeep kind of like turns away from you after you do that and seems to be kind of having his back to you, but also like not so far that you're completely out of his vision. Seems a little bit more uncomfortable around you, though.
I will look directly at that person and I'll say, do you have any need?
They wait a little bit, and as you continue to stare at them, they, well, yeah, and they say, make yourself comfortable, and they run back and fetch you one.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you very kindly, yes.
So, package delivery?
Yeah, so, yeah, there was package delivery to the next haven, and the opportunity to become your own boss and spread happiness. So, any one of these you guys can do. Or if you want to hear any of the other ones too.
Genevieve, any of these jumping out at you?
I would be fine with the package delivery. I'm not so sure about being my own boss. I don't make great decisions.
Ah,
That
silly,
is
you
wise.
make fantastic decisions.
I already am my own boss.
All the most important decisions in your life you'll ever have to make have already been made for you. It's no problem.
Genevieve takes another step back from Devoran.
All right. So as you guys are kind of, debating which job you want to take, you're poking and, going over all of these. You feel like a breeze and you hear the door slam open behind you guys as three people enter the bar. You see in the front, they're kind of like walking in line with each other. In the front is a high elf. He's wearing pretty loose-fitting clothes, and he's got this eye patch over one eye, but it seems like a little bit not fitted well for him. but he does have kind of a scar on his face. And he's got a big mace at his hip. Behind the high elf is a female dark elf, and she's wearing a poncho with a long rifle on her back. And then at the rear is a massive stooping man who kind of has to duck his head as he's coming through this doorway. Incredibly burly. Mostly seems to be all upper body strength. He's kind of got 2 little stubby legs, but definitely looks like he can do some damage. And he's the only one actually wielding his weapon, though. He's got an axe in his hand. He's just kind of slowly twirling it as the blades.
Like he came here to have some fun or something.
And as they're walking in, they kind of walk past you guys, and one of the tables that's in between the door and the bar, high elf kicks one of the chairs and it slides across and goes against the counter, and he steps his foot up on it and rests his hand like this. He says, "Oh, barkeep, you know what day it is." And you see the barkeep kind of dejectedly and skittishly return. And says, "You're lucky that I'm not upcharging you, that I have to come and collect in person." And lets out a big smile, and the barkeep says, "Yeah, so I'm sorry. Passed my mind. It's the first of the month." He says, "Good." As they're talking, the burly man lets his axe drop into the ground, and it kind of leaves a scuff in the floor. He pulls it back up, kind of ruining one of the boards, and the barkeep winces at that. And you see him kind of digging through his change drawer. He's emptying coins into his apron and shuffling them into a bag to the side.
Hey now. Oh, go ahead, Genevieve. I always yell first.
Oh.
It's
No,
your
she
turn to
was-
start this fight.
Genevieve was gonna come over and nudge Zerl, be like, "Hey, you want to start a bar fight?"
I do very much.
I would also be in favor of this.
Well,
I want to start a bar fight.
a charge.
At this point, Genevieve would take Devorin's mead and throw it in their faces.
All right.
He was drinking that.
I'll get you another one.
back!
I'll get you another
Okay.
one.
Do you guys say anything before charging in, or you just immediately like...
Straight into it.
Yes.
Really? I really don't like scum like
So
you.
they're all kind of looking away from you. They seem to be like mostly focused on the barkeep. So they don't really see you running up. But you see the barkeep's eyes get really wide as almost he's like trying to tell you guys no as you're running in. So who wants to make that first attack?
Ooh.
Unfortunately for him, we're bad at following directions.
Listen, I can certainly do it, but I don't want to hog the spotlight.
I will move up to the front, and I am armed with nothing more than my shield, which is actually the fire door off of a train,
Nice.
like a steam locomotive, like heavy metal door.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just gonna bash the guy who had the axe.
Okay. Yeah. And then kind of the way this works too, because doing rolls can result in failures and you take stress that way. That's kind of the way that they deal damage, is you do your checks. As they fail, you're taking damage from them.
Okay. So this is gonna be.
This would be a... Get up to... This should be a... You're trying to attack him, so it'd be a kill test.
Okay.
And this would be Haven.
All right. And then is the difficulty standard or risky?
Which one are you going after?
The guy who has the axe.
Okay. This would be risky on him. He seems the most alert out of the other two.
Sure. Okay.
Failure.
Failure.
Okay. So you charge him, and as you rush into him, he just kind of flexes his arm a little bit at you. And you didn't even really, it didn't look like he noticed you that much. He seemed to be staring ahead. But as you charge, he just kind of moves his elbow and checks your shield with it at the perfect time to kind of rattle you, and you're bounced back.
Sure.
And he just changes his footing a little bit. He kind of snorts out the side of his nose at you.
So then I take some stress.
Yep.
Is this still a D4 for the die size?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Two,
Now I have,
and that'll
I
be
have-
blood.
yeah, and I've got like 5 points of blood protection right now.
Yeah, so that's just no damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's wild.
I'm a tank.
And after you do that too, he kind of turns, you're kind of thrown on your butt. And as he spins to look at the group of you, he looks at you and just kind of shakes his head no. As he's scanning over, his eyes lock with Tyler, who seems to be the one closest in build to him. As he looks at your character, he lifts his axe and points it at you. Says, that one will do. And a grin lights up on his face. He's missing quite a few teeth.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to go next?
So I was wanting to throw Devoran's mead into one of their faces. Would I
Sure.
be able to attempt to blind one of them with it, or is it just going to aggravate them further?
Yeah, so say what you're like trying to do with it, and if it succeeds, think about any situation that you're in as kind of like a boss health pool, and as you succeed against it, it gets ticked away. So if you're stunning somebody, or you're blinding them, or you're taking them out and like grappling them, that all helps you get towards resolving the scenario.
Okay, perfect. So Genevieve would lunge forward, grab Devoran's mead, and throw it into the face of the elf, the high elf, who was leaning up towards the counter.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We can say that's I guess a evade or kill. I don't know.
What are you doing?
Cindy's like super lined up with that. She's like trying to throw this meat at this guy to like stun him. So it's kind of like an attack, but I could also see it being evade, because evade's kind of like trying to make.
Evade is more dodgy.
Yeah.
I think kill would be the best. Attacks will usually fall under kill.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do that.
It
All
might
right,
just
kill
roll like a
and then
D4
Hammond.
damage or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, no.
So
Did you want to use one of our mini banked rerolls?
Ooh, I would like to
Do
use
that.
a banked reroll.
We're down to 4.
Aha!
oh.
Critical
Nice.
success.
Nice.
All right. So you gotta splash it at him. This is kind of a weak handle in the mug, though. And you just fling it, and you're still holding the handle, and the base of the mug just travels out of your hand. And the water splashes on the back of his head and kind of pushes all of his hair forward into his face. And as he turns around, the base of that mug just connects with his nose, and he's like knocked back into the bar. So roll me a D4, and then we're going to times it by 2.
Bad.
6. Okay. All right. Who's going next?
Oh, follow.
Unbelievable!
Oh,
You can't. I'll summon the swarm of bees that I have at my disposal to go and reclaim their mead
Not the
violently.
bees.
Genevieve is immediately screaming and backing away. Bees.
How does this work?
You still have to do your roll to see if
Yeah, you have to do. Is this like an ability
Yes,
that
it's
like automatically causes stress?
Oh.
well, it's release the swarm. You send out a swarm of bees eager to defend you. Gain access to the following weapon. Kill D4 spread ranged.
Okay, so you still have to make the kill test with the bees. So you're basically using the bees as like an item. So you make the kill. It's still a kill haven test. But if you succeed, then they function as like a D4 damage die. If that makes sense.
Haven, you say?
Yeah. And I'll say, because you got a, because April got a critical success on him, it's not risky on this roll.
Alrighty.
She was going to kind of like stun him. All right, so roll that D4.
Alrighty.
3. Okay.
Nice.
So you send out your swarm of bees. So he's kind of like wiping the meat off of him. And as he does so, and he parts his hair back, he sees this massive bees swarm onto him and start kind of pecking, trying to reclaim that mead that you just lost all over his body. And he takes 6 damage as he starts screaming horrifically, cursing up a storm. Barkeep dives behind the counter. Who wants to go next?
Let me at them. Is the big
Okay.
one still up?
He is, and he seems to be kind of locked in on Tyler, though.
Well, fuck that guy and the cat he rode in on. I brandish my claws.
Okay.
And you know what? Let's go ahead and activate my chimeric strain as my muscles crack and my flesh expands and my skin splits and I take on the form of a transmuted, terrifying beast.
Oh,
And I
God.
charge in. I do take D4 echo.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
roll that. I take 3
Ouch.
echo damage. Yes, and all of my melee attacks have brutal and weird for their tags.
Okay.
All right, so what's the difficulty?
This will be risky.
Risky business, and this will be kill and still haven.
Still Haven.
And you know what? I'm going to use one of those many bonuses and take mastery on this
Okay.
as I charge the fuck in. Success at a cost.
Success at a cost. Okay.
My damage, it is D4 piercing, brutal and weird. I don't remember what those other things do. Now, let me just drag them.
I thought brutal, like
You roll damage twice and you take the highest.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, you can actually pull it up.
Technically, everybody can put brutal on one thing.
All right.
All right,
Pick
so
the eye
So were Jake's bees brutal?
behind the tag.
they would have been.
They would have been, yeah.
All right, so let me double check. Because brutal,
So you
it's
roll
roll
again.
twice and take the highest. Yes.
Yep.
All right, it's 3 damage.
3.
It's piercing, so his protection doesn't do jack shit.
Okay.
And it's weird, but weird only affects me if I roll the max damage, it looks like. 'Cause weird is when I inflict stress and roll the maximum, it deals D6 stress to Echo. Oh, okay, so it deals Echo in addition. More advantages. Thank you, Stephen.
Roll a D4 real quick, Jake. We'll see if it's higher than 3. And that
Yeah,
would have
alrighty.
been brutal for your bees. Okay,
It is
that's
3.
good. That's fine.
Steven's keeping track. We have 4 rerolls and 16 advantages. You fuckers need to use advantage on everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let me know first.
Okay, and then it was success at a cost. Does it have a way to like take damage as a part of that roll because it was at the cost?
I would need to roll.
Or do I have to? Okay.
And that was part of the rules.
It rolls stress.
So we go up to rules and brief.
Oh, are you able to click on the dice next to your success at a cost?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I can do that. Would there still be a D4 for success at a cost?
Yes. Yep.
That rolled is Jake, I think.
No, I don't think it's.
I haven't seen it roll yet.
Yeah, it hasn't gone through yet. Weirdly.
Is it slow?
I don't think it rolled.
Oh wait, it so it changed the text.
It
on
changes
your
it right
thing.
there. By
Yeah.
your by where you click the button. That's right.
So for stress, that's going to be blood stress. As you like dive at him,
And then if you
And-
click the heart, it auto applies the stress. Sorry.
and you do pierce through him, but he moves a lot less than you were expecting. So your claws like rend through across his chest and his back, but you kind of like connect your cheek into his shoulder as you dived on him. And he stumbles back a bit, and you did deal some good damage, but that definitely like clocks the side of your face a little bit harder than you were expecting. What's the stress you take?
It gave me 4 stress for that, so I'm up to a shitload of blood stress, and now I have to roll Fallout.
Yep, and I think you can click that button again.
Do you remember your temporary blood protection?
Major fallout.
Fuck.
No.
Oh yeah, did it calculate automatically the blood protection? Because you should have 1 blood protection from Dan.
Well, I counted it for the first go, but not the second, so that puts me up at 5.
Actually, I would like to use, if I may, Joe, my Night Protector ability. So once per situation, an ally with arm's reach would mark stress to blood. I can mark the equivalent amount to blood instead.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So that was
Damn.
how much?
No damage is taken for you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because you have
Now,
so
does
much
my
blood protection.
protection work against that blood damage?
Yes. So
Okay.
you get to soak it. Anytime you
Yeah.
take damage, your protection applies.
And I am without blood damage.
Yeah, I just like stand up and like clang.
Very nice. Clutch.
I imagine you kind of like because you still got knocked back. I imagine you just kind of like shove your shield forward and
Yep.
knock his footing off a little bit. So you hit his ankle and he's off balance a tad, and then Chuck just tackles him.
Nice. That's what I got.
Nice. So
Okay.
there's one guy without bees and without claws inside of him still, right?
Yeah, so the high elf guy has been hit in the face with a bug and doused in ale and is now doused in bees. And another guy is being clawed up, the big burly dude. And then there's just the high elf or the dark elf woman with the lawn rifle who has yet to do
I'm
it.
to shoot the person who could shoot me.
Okay. Go for it.
So is it
This
standard?
is still this will be risky.
Risky.
Yep. And then you guys do have a lot of advantages and stuff too.
Do we just toggle mastery for that then, or?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
throw a mastery.
The die.
I'll go ahead and do
Yep.
one of those.
We are down to 15 advantages.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, I still got a failure,
Oof.
even though I had a 10. Oh.
You did, but you had to get rid of it because of risky.
Yes.
It's a failure. So you flip your gun out. You take a
Gotta
shot.
re-roll that.
Can?
With that.
All right, we're just gonna re-roll it. Out of all the things I have going for me, I still can't get it.
We're down to 3 banked rerolls.
Risky can be brutal. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
failure.
Well,
Is it risky because you're using a ranged weapon and close
it's just
range, or-
risky because it's complicated.
because of
Yeah.
the encounter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Two stress. All right.
All right. Well, I'm doing the exact same thing.
So you take the shot at her, and you are, what kind of weapon or like what is it, like a lawn rifle or a pistol or?
Yeah, I have a rifle also.
Marcoda,
Okay.
thank you for
So you
those 2
level your
rerolls.
lawn rifle at her. You take the shot, and just as you do, she ducks down, and she's kind of wearing a poncho. You don't even see her go for her lawn rifle, and she's just got a hand out with a pistol, and she takes a shot back at you.
Oh, jeez.
And you take 2 blood stress as those pellets.
I have 2
Brush against you.
blood protection.
All right.
Nice.
So they just ping into your armor. Stings a little bit, but not enough to deal any damage. All right. Okay. Who's going next?
I'm going to do the exact same thing to her that our other hunter just did. I'm going to shoot
Okay.
her with my long rifle. Or at least attempt
Alrighty.
to. You said it's Haven?
Yes.
Okay, so I have Haven. Kill. This is risky because it's a risky encounter. And I'm going to take a mastery.
Okay.
Ooh.
At least you got a
Success and
success.
cost. Okay. So success at a cost. So you take your shot. Roll for your damage.
Oh, it's a D8. Which is that guy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. 8 damage.
And
damage.
it's piercing, so she can't use blood protection.
Okay.
What weapon are you using?
Same that you have the standard
Okay.
issue Legrand rifle.
It's got an extra condition on it for being expensive too.
Only if I inflict stress and roll a max, I take D6 supply stress. Okay.
Oof. Okay.
So I take
Yeah, so
one.
mark 1 supply stress.
Okay.
And then success at a cost 2. So you hit her square in the chest. She's knocked back off her feet. And as she lands back, you stand up. You see that she's kind of bleeding. It's running from underneath the poncho. There's a big hole in it. A knife is thrown your way and grazes across your shoulder.
Okay.
So roll that stress.
Oh, is that the dice roll?
Yeah,
Is it just
so
D4?
click D4.
Okay.
All of the
3
Fallout
stress
tables
as that knife
have been created.
digs into your arm. Awesome.
So
thank you.
then I took stress, which means I have to roll Fallout.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, and then make sure you only mark 2 of that because you have the 1 blood protection. And then if you have any other blood protection, it gets subtracted.
Okay. I only have the 1 blood protection, so I roll a
Okay,
Fallout,
so-
no Fallout. Okay.
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 Awesome. Thanks for doing that, Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I figured I'd quick mention if any allies within arm's reach of me always get +1 blood protection.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
good to know.
Yeah. As I guess pretty much everyone's within arm's reach right now. Maybe not Zerl because he like tackled
Yes.
this guy out of the way. But everyone else, I would say, is definitely within arm's reach of you.
Alright.
Tyler, as she stands back up, she kind of screams at you and she says, "You're dead!" And seems to be charging your way.
Okay.
I'm gonna wang her with
What?
my shield.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do. Still risky?
Yep.
All right.
Risk business.
And I'm gonna take a mastery.
I will mark
Okay.
it. We have 14 remaining.
Failure.
Oh my god.
You reroll.
Yeah, I'll do a
Burn
reroll.
through 'em.
I've got
Why
the
not?
document open.
Yeah. We'll do a reroll.
Yes. Burn all your good rolls.
Damn,
That's
risky
right.
really does like
And I'll do
immediately
mastery
make things much harder.
It does.
Does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
Ouch.
That's all right. Still D4?
Okay.
I'm taking E.
D3. Okay. Which one were you going for?
The woman as she went running by,
Okay.
or whatever.
So-
she was.
So you go to stand up, and even though you were going after the woman, you feel the butt of an axe, like of a small like throwing axe, clack in the side of your head as you see like the hand of the burly guy on the ground release it.
Okay.
You take 3 stress, and the girl doesn't even seem to be noticing
Yeah.
you. She's just charging straight at Tyler.
Well,
You'll
this jerk on the ground has caused too much trouble. I pull my cleaver out and try to crack that melon open.
go for it.
All
Also,
right.
at this point, you've seen the high elf guy who's being swarmed by bees is just laying on the ground. Doesn't seem to be moving. You can't really tell his condition too well because he's covered in bees, but seems to be
I think he-
incapacitated at least.
Has he gotten into anaphylactic shock and
I am taking an advantage as well.
bigger than he was before?
Okay.
Success
That's the cost.
at a cost.
Okay. So you guys are kind of brawling around on the ground, but you reach back instead of using your claws. Now you've got your cleaver. You take a big chunk out of this guy's like shoulder as you
Right.
dig it in there. And he lets a fist fly and hit you in the face.
Yes. So my stress that I have is completely eaten by blood protection.
Okay.
So then I am going to deal, and this will be brutal and weird.
Hey, there you go.
6 damage. Oh, and it's
And
tiring.
weird means that you get extra stuff if it's max damage, right?
It does. Let me find that again. Roll the maximum. Mark D6 stress to echo.
Okay.
That to you or to them?
I don't know.
Where are tags?
It doesn't really
Weird.
say.
When you inflict stress with this item, roll the maximum amount. Mark D6 stress to echo.
It sounds like it would be against me.
It does.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with taking that.
Yeah, that would make sense that it would be to you, just because like they're basically like a target of, you know, whatever the total amount is to reduce down. So Echo just
Alright.
likes
Yeah.
the player characters.
It's probably to balance that you're brutal on these attacks.
Very well.
Yeah.
Then I need to roll for Fallout.
Minor fallout.
I do get a minor echo Fallout.
Okay.
Would you like to roll the table, Joe?
I would.
Go to the tables, minor Fallout, minor echo. Just
Minor echo. Bam. Roll. We'll see if this makes sense.
I got strange appetite,
Okay.
but that does clear out my echo.
Yeah.
Hunger for more table.
And then, so another thing with Fallout for people new to this game, when you take a minor Fallout, it clears all of the stress of the type that you took. And when you take a major, it clears all of your stress.
Okay.
Oh, this isn't terrible at all. I just want to eat weird shit.
I think you already did.
You can have another grub
Now you're
mug.
just a little bit more hungry.
I think that's pretty normal for his character.
A grub
Yeah.
mug minus the mug.
I can't remove stress by resting at a haven until I eat something weird.
Okay.
Maybe it's got to be
Although-
extra weird then.
Yeah.
Boy, have I got some nice new face honey that'll treat you just right.
I am interested.
I have some ruined rations if that's up your alley.
I am
Tyler,
interested.
this lady is still checking. She's like
Almond
beelining
rations.
towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, if you want to do an attack on her?
Yeah, sure. I will shoot her again.
Okay.
At least try to. Let's see. Roll.
She seems to be bleeding a little bit from her mouth,
Risky.
and her hood's back enough now that she's running that you can just see she is pissed.
Risky kill Haven.
Yep. And I think you guys have enough advantages still to do mastery on that
You did not.
and a reroll.
I did not.
Gotta take a reroll.
Yeah, I'll reroll it.
We're down to 3.
And then do we have any masteries left?
13.
Okay, yeah. Might as well
Nice.
burn through those too.
All right, this was kill.
Yes.
Yep.
Is there an easy way to reroll, or is it just hit the roll button again?
Just hit the roll button.
Yeah, hit the roll button.
Okay. I just want to make sure there wasn't something I was missing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this again. Success at a
Hey, there you go.
cost.
So roll the damage on your weapon.
first.
Yep.
Ooh,
Ooh. 7.
Nice.
almost max.
Okay.
And then
It's actually not horrible to not get it here. And don't forget, you do have a brutal weapon if you want it.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, because whatever weapon, everyone gets one brutal tag to put on whatever weapon of their choice.
oh, what does brutal mean?
You
get to
your
roll
damage
You
damage
roll
twice.
damage twice and take the higher.
Oh, I mean I'll roll it again, but
Worth it.
Take it, but because of the expensive tag, now you take a.
yeah, I
splash
was about to say almost wasn't worth it. Ooh, that's a lot of.
Ouch! You're
So-
burning through your expensive ammo here.
Hmm. So then it was 2 separate fallouts, one for the blood and one for the.
Yeah, 2 separate damage stress. So you take 2 blood stress, and then you're going to take 5 supply stress.
Blood fallout should be negated.
Yeah.
The blood stress is completely negated by John and
Yeah.
my temporary one, and then a
Yep,
fallout
and then
for
5 supplies.
Minor supply.
Minor fallout. Okay. So let's go back to the rollable tables. Minor supplies fallout. Roll.
Damaged name. So, Tyler, you can just drag that little suitcase thing from the roll box onto your character sheet. And then if you scroll down to the fallout section, it'll tell you what it does.
damage. The resources you're carrying is defective. Reduce its die size by 1 step. Okay.
All right.
Well, I only have 1 resource.
If you click on the
So-
eyeball, you can adjust the size.
As you do that, what was the fallout you got?
Damage. One of my supplies is damaged.
Okay.
The only supply I have already has a die size of D4.
Okay.
It's destroyed.
Okay.
Destroyed.
So then just.
Bam. Okay. So she lunges at you and goes for your throat, but it doesn't really connect. Like, it's too stressed, but she doesn't really get a good foothold around your throat. Doesn't do any damage to you. You're tackled back, and your lawn rifle is resting right on her throat as your bullet goes off and just blows a hole, and you kill her.
Nice.
Nice. Blew her head right
She
off.
slumps over. As that would count towards your defeating a powerful foe.
Nice.
Okay.
How much stress did you inflict last time, Chuck? Or did you inflict any? Or you did? 6.
6 on the big
All right.
guy.
This guy is looking pretty beat up.
Well,
But he's still up.
let's upgrade that looking to is dead.
Okay.
All right.
What does refresh mean?
When you rest at like a haven or someplace safe, you heal.
Yeah. And the city that you guys are in has a special effect because it's so far outside of the heart. You like totally heal here. This is the only city that does that.
Genevieve, hold his head in place while I crack it open.
She would like to tackle and just do like a leg hold around his neck.
All right.
So, if you assist, like when you roll, there's the help thing. You get to add a person. So, can we say her tackling also helps me in this?
Yeah, for sure. And I think when you're assisting, you guys share the stress, but it makes it easier to succeed.
Yeah.
There's some risk to helping.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'm just going to finally get up off the floor.
It's a lot of dice.
Plain old success.
But that is a success. All right.
Nice.
So roll your damage there.
Mastery on that. And yes, my stress. This is brutal. Four damage.
4 damage.
Nice.
All right. And where would you think the killing blow goes on this guy?
His
Where are you using
forehead.
your
I'm
cleaver?
splitting his melon open.
Forehead. All right. Straight through. Just digs in, stuck a little bit as his head pops almost like a coconut.
Nice. You put the lever in the coconut. No, the cleaver in the coconut. That's it.
Yep.
Genevieve gives a little laugh just like that as well.
Nice.
Nice.
As all 3 are incapacitated.
Or dead.
Dead. Yeah.
One's covered in bees, but meh.
2 of them are definitely dead. Jake, as your bees return to you, I'm assuming they've lapped up all the mead. Are you able to like sense things through them? Like, are they like an extension of yourself in physical senses?
It's weird how like they are kind of me.
Mm-hmm. Because I was assuming like you tasted the mead and stuff too as they like returned to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he comes back. He doesn't look to be dead, but every single part of his body is just red and swollen shut. And he's got like puckered lips. His eyes are completely closed. His cheeks are huge. His hair's all ruffled. His
Am I
arms are kind of bent
convinced
in
that
weird
he
ways.
will be dead?
Probably if you just left him here, he would suffocate.
Like the
Okay.
cinematic masterpiece, My Girl.
Like,
Take that, Macaulay.
good night, Kevin.
Yeah, fuck you, Kevin.
Rest in peace.
Nested bees.
But can you wear like a wicker cage over your head while screaming about your bees?
Bees!
Bees!
Everybody look
right.
under your chairs. Bees.
What kind of weapon did the big guy have?
So the big guy had a giant axe, and then he had another throwing hat. Like he had a tomahawk throwing axe
I
as
take
well.
the giant axe and start snacking.
Okay.
Is that
On
weird
the
enough?
axe.
Yes, on the
Yeah,
axe.
that's good. All right. Yes, that's pretty much all he had. and just some like light armor. He was like really relying on just physical armor. He didn't have much other than just clothes on him. The girl had a few like she had a small satchel with a few books and just a few random trinkets.
I'll go through those books then.
She had a lawn rifle and a pistol and a throwing dagger. And then the guy had a mace.
Terrible seasoning.
Okay. You said you looked through the books?
Yeah.
All right. So you go through. They don't seem like they've been opened in a while. You kind of get the sense that they weren't really hers. They were just kind of like taken as payment. They seem to be going around collecting debts, and books can be rather valuable to certain people, especially certain books. And you see that this is like it's a religious book, not in the sense that it's like a Bible or like a scripture that someone would follow in mass, but it's got like kind of lore, religious lore in it.
Is there any sort of like almost like this is a gift to underline, where you fill in the name?
You don't see anything like that, but you do get the sense that it's more of like a journal than it is like a printed textbook. It looks like someone's been compiling the knowledge in here.
Well, that's different.
Might skim through them too.
I will say too that April, a few of the symbols that are on that book you would recognize.
I'm gonna go talk to the barkeep, who's probably horrified and like, oh god, they're going to come back and kill me.
We're such good helpers.
Yeah.
How could that
and
possibly
then-
happen?
So how often do
Dan-
they come by?
Oh, and you're talking to the barkeep, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to mention for loot that you'd find, Dan, you would find a small bag on the front guy that has some maps on it.
Okay.
Of
Definitely
like,
skim
the
through some of those.
all right. But yeah, so you talk to the barkeep there, John. And he kind of pokes his head up because he dove behind it a while ago. And
Fair. Yeah.
he's still like kneeling down, looking around. He sees that it's you that's approached him and talk, and he steps up a little bit more. He's like, the fighting stopped. Are they dead? Did you?
Yeah, it looks like
Those two are
probably
dead.
We'll,
That one is dying painfully.
we'll clean up the mess. Sorry about that.
He's died. Okay. Well, they come around every month. They say they're with the Glint Rock Company. They request payment for protection. Every time I don't pay it, things go rather bad. I know it's them, but I don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Well, you did give me a free grub mug.
They like,
Let's go kill the rest of them.
and if anyone wants to do a discern Haven on the name Glintrot.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We can take them.
Yeah. And at this point, Genevieve would like to stand up and brush the brains off of her pants.
Oh, you're not going to eat that.
Oh wow! Look at all those good rolls that were waiting here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all know
Everyone
about them.
knows the Glintrock Company, and they're actually pretty well known. That's a common name. Jake, though, on your critical success, you get more of the sense that they threw the Glintrock name around because it's well known, not necessarily because they might actually be affiliated with them. And because you guys all know that, like, Glintrot, they're pretty powerful company that lives up in the Spire. They often sponsor people to come down. They don't really run gangs, though. They don't really run mafias. It's very rare for people to like sit around, be sponsored, and have extortions like this. That's not their MO. So you get the sense, Jake especially, that they were probably throwing that name around. Maybe they at one time were sponsored by Glintrot to come down into the heart and do something, but they've just been using that name to extort people in town.
Oh, so they're maybe they're pretenders, maybe they're not, but this isn't their MO. This, either way, will be doing somebody a favor by we find their asses and kick them. We punch them right in the butt.
Yeah. Oh, I will say too, with a critical success, so you would know there's kind of three titles of someone that associated with the Glintrot game that you would, or Glintrot company, sorry, that you would often come across. There are sponsors, which are people that are kind of like points of contact that sponsor people to go down into the heart. The money men that decide what the contracts are. There's divers too, which these people probably were at one point. And then there are also repo. There are another faction of people that go down after divers that haven't responded in a while. They're kind of like the better paid, but better trained, but also much more reserved faction within the Glintrot. They're also kind of like the ears of Glintrot. So if there are people that were out of line and you report them to repo men, you can often get a reward for that. Or the repo will often, like, if you run into them and they're looking for someone that hasn't made good on their contract, they'll reward you for information on that.
It doesn't look like they've got anything that a group of divers might have made off with recently. So, yeah, it's looking like these people are
Browns.
vultures.
Yeah.
Those dicks.
Cowards.
Mm-hmm.
And good to be done with them.
Right, yes. As for this particular holy book that I found, it seems to be not printed but written.
Yes.
Okay. Well, with this particular holy book, I will sort of lay it on the bar. And, you know, whoever comes to ask about it or come to claim it, they can. That's fine. That's fine.
You said Genevieve would recognize some of the symbols in that. Would I need to make a roll to recognize what specific religion or deity this would be from? So
I won't have you make a roll yet, but if you go and comb through it, you see that it's a book that seems to be written by somebody that was kind of collecting information of different cultures, different religions, different cults, those types of things throughout the heart. It seems to be compiled by several different authors. One part that kind of sticks out to you in particular, towards the end of the journal, there seems to be several like lists of tasks and ritual things. Most of them seem to be crossed out. And there seems to be like this footnote at the bottom that says, I read that out of order. Okay, so you get the sense that these recipes seem to be like summoning spells. Seem to be people working on summoning different types, like sacrifices, all sorts of that.
Looks like that one summons brownies.
And the footnote says, conclusion, no such magic seem to exist to raise deities of this sort.
Oh. I feel, though, Genevieve, upon seeing that, I would like for her to take a match out of her bag, strike it, and light the book on fire.
Let me read it.
All right.
I know magic.
Not waiting.
Oh, God. Fire's nice, too.
Sorry, we'll pay for the damages of the fire we've set inside your tavern.
Do you have any mead?
Just throw some...
Yeah. You do that, like, the mead did kind of splash over the bar, too, so, like, a bit of it kind of catches on the bar table, but you're able to kind of pat that out pretty quickly. Yeah.
You take this fire outside.
It's very dry paper. It just catches instantly and is destroyed.
Feel as if that takes care of my other beat.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, sorry about the mess, but we'll try to. I mean, it sounds like we're about to have fun finding the Glint Rock vultures and kick their keisters.
And Barkeep says, well, if they are not legit, as you may suspect, that would be great relief. I've been paying them for quite some time, and it's been really hard to maintain my margins and keep my rent because of this. So I do graciously thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem.
He's kind of like lost for words on that. He's staring at the split open skull. He's seen some rough things, but you don't get the sense that he sees a lot of like gore.
Not a lot of murder.
A lot
Yeah.
of
A lot of
horrific
fat lips,
violence.
not a lot of no faces.
Yeah. The other thing he mentions, he's like, there are rooms here. It's, I guess you could stay in those. I won't really charge you for them. This is, again, a service you've done for me. So, anytime you're in town or however long you're staying, you can room up in the top two at the end of the hallway.
Nice.
Very well. And look, this one even came in a to-go bowl, and I'll pick up, kind of tear off half the skull and head up the stairs.
He kind of shudders a little bit. You hear like him gag. He goes
See,
back
now
into
that's
the
a
bar.
fella who knows how to recycle minerals and materials and all the organic stuff
Yeah.
that fails
Yeah,
to
that's-
pass muster, right?
Tastes just like veal.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
does.
I appreciate the sentiment there, Dvorin, but yeah,
Something tells me you appreciate a lot of sentiments.
yes.
Anyway, I'll be,
All right.
yeah.
I enjoy mints, too.
And at this time, too, it would be kind of closer to the end of the day. It's kind of hard to tell the time of day sometimes. Like, it's so close to where the heart's been excavated. Like, the day-night's very quick because you're kind of down in almost like this pit that's been dug at the start of the heart. So it's been dark for some time already, but you get the sense that it's, like, actually starting to be nighttime around this. So, would be a good way to end the day. And we are also at time.
Very good.
Alrighty. So, sounds like for next time, I think the job that you guys were most interested was finding whoever wanted the package delivered.
Yes.
And then the secondary job is tracking down more information, seeing if there might be a repo man in town to report this to, or getting whatever info you have on this game on if they were actually legit with the Glint Rock company or not. And being this close to the Spire, you're just in the first city down, it's probably not that hard to find information on that. They've got more routes here than some of the other places deeper down. So,
Okay.
alrighty. Cool. Let's go through everyone's beats here. From what I was marking, I think, Chuck, you got both of yours?
I did technically let other people charge into battle first. I yelled, "Let's do it!" But
Yeah, I would say, like, you rushed in the sense, like, you rushed the party into danger. So,
I'll take it.
yeah, like, you turned it into a fight before anyone else. And so I would consider that rushing in danger. Tyler, you didn't exactly get to charm anyone per se.
No.
You didn't really have any dialogue come up for that. But you did defeat a powerful foe one-on-one.
Yes, I did.
She was the nastiest in terms of damage output, by far.
Yeah.
She had guns.
Yeah.
How do I swear we've done it before, but how do you put the new beats onto your character sheet?
You click on your calling eyeballs.
Yes.
That's why.
And then just click
Got it,
whichever
thank you.
ones. So, yeah, once you're done with them, you can click them off and they don't need to be on your sheet anymore. But they'll stay crossed out in your calling, so you know that you've already done that one, because you can't redo the same beat. And then just add new ones. That'll help me plan for next session. John,
Yes.
you did get both of yours pretty early on. So you helped the cart guy.
Yep.
Repaired something physical, and he was also vulnerable. So, Jake, you also got yours pretty early on. The let your curiosity lead you into danger and performing an act of service for an NPC witch. They were definitely a witch. Dan,
I got nothing, I think.
You found, so helpful text, the maps that you found are definitely going to be helpful, so I'll let you claim it for that.
Okay.
The maps you got off of the high elf dude. But you didn't exactly find any, because we hadn't like chose a task yet. There wasn't much rhetoric or evidence to go off of for me to give you that one yet. And then April, you took minor supplies fallout in your bag. And destroy evidence or rhetoric. Yeah, you clued in and destroyed that book.
I might just turn that one beat off for now, since I don't know that's something I'll be able to do yet.
The destroy evidence or rhetoric, like I was able to do it for April because she had like a note on a big goal that she was going for, and then if other than that, if it could be something related to like a task that you guys had already picked out, which because it's the first session, you guys hadn't picked a task that you're going after yet, so that one was a little hard to get to. So it might be easier to get to next time, especially if you have like a bigger goal your character's going after. I can work that in. But yeah, you can definitely replace it with a different one. I don't know if there's like a rule for replacing them or something, but you can just replace them if you don't.
I think every session you can change, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I think you just can't change them mid-session or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, you can definitely go for 2. So I think the only people that were missing, I think everybody got all of their beats except
I didn't get one.
Dan and Tyler. You both were missing one, but you still got one minor, so it's good.
Yeah.
Everybody got at least something.
Cool.
All right. Look for Clint. All right. So I've got everything recorded there. As you guys fill in your beats, you don't necessarily have to do them right now, but over the next day or two, hopefully you'll have them. That'll help me plan next session. And yeah, I think session 1 went pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
This was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next time we'll pick up with you guys investigating this Glint Rot game and hopefully get into delivering the package to start your venture deeper into the heart.
Cool.
And then I'll probably say too, because we're up in Derelictus, like as you guys rest here, you can clear all your stress and fallout for this, because that's kind of like the thing about resting in Derelictus is it's such a like friendly, out of the heart craziness city that you just kind of clear all, heal all while you're resting here. So we'll start fresh next session.
Look forward
Nice.
to it.
Alrighty. What else do we got in the workings for this coming week, Chuck?
Oh my gosh. Sunday. So January 1st. Oh, I don't need to do the voice anymore. January 1st, we're scheduled for some Shadowrun. Jake and I will be there along with Jeff from Lollygaggers. Bert's running it. That'll be over on Steam, Steel, and Murder. I don't know if that's happening yet. We haven't confirmed that with Bert, but that would be over on his channel, Steam, Steel, and Murder. Monday, we're scheduled for some holler over on the Lollygaggers. And Joe, Dan, and myself are over there, along with Bert, and who else is over there? Melissa, and Jeff's running that.
Yep.
As far as Defenders
Jerry.
go, this coming week, we've got quite a bit. Wednesday, we're going to be continuing our Alien campaign, All Fear the Ishtar. Dan and John are hanging out over there, along with Jeremy and Bert and Jeff. Thursday at 10 p.m. we're scheduled for Watercolors and Warriors. We'll see if we can actually get the crew together to do some playing. Friday, we'll be continuing this. And then next Saturday, that's the 7th, we should have a doubleheader at 1 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Plays. We'll be doing some Tales from the Loop. And that night at 9 p.m. Central over on Goodman Games Official, you can catch Joe, Dan, Jake, and myself playing some Weird Frontiers, along with Eddie and Jeremy, and Bert's running that. So that's the week at large. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Indeed.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Well, I'll be back here Friday doing session 2 of Heart and hopefully delving down deeper and getting into some of the even more weirdness. And yeah, we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Have a good New Year's.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.